Nothing changes if nothing changes. This is literally 5 words. Okay, 5 words. Nothing changes if nothing changes, that you need to live by. It is so easy to get wrapped around this cycle that we're in, whether it's a job, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a routine that we have going in place, like this cycle that we're in. It is so easy to get stuck in this cycle and not change and not leave this cycle. It takes change to see change. I don't know how long it's going to take for you to ignite change within your life, but it needs to happen. If you want to change and you're watching this video and you click this video, you want change in your life, you need to ignite change in your life. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you stay in the same routine, if you stay in the same relationships, if you stay in the same circles, if you stay doing the same routine, stay in the same environment, nothing changes. You're just going to age and you're just going to get more stuck in these routines and more stuck in your ways. We are more moldable and malleable when we are younger, so take advantage of that and do the work, do the changes, because this is when we can change the most. This is the time that when we change a routine and when we change our styles of communication or action or just our overall like characteristics, this is when it matters the most. Like this is when we are the most easily influenced in a way. So we can be influenced, we can be molded into the person that we want to be. We can be molded into this vehicle that's going to take us where we want to be taken. So that is the theme of today's video, and that is like the message I want to get across to you guys. I'm going to talk about something personal with me. I bite my cheek. Like I literally have a habit of biting my cheek, and I keep biting my cheek, and it's taking me like years and years to stop biting my cheeks. And I will like have days where like I don't bite them as much, and it's starting to get really bad where like I'll just be like pressing my face, like my hand against my cheek, and I'll just be biting my cheek. And I know there's like hundreds and thousands of people that are cheek biters. You know that we'll just bite our cheek until like it's like bleeding. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Like if I just keep biting my cheek, I'm always gonna keep biting my cheek. And I just keep thinking in my head like, okay, one day it will change. One day I'll grow out of this. No, there's no growing out of it. There's no change without change. Like, I don't know why it takes so long to get this concept. Even if I'm preaching it to others, it's still gonna be like something I have to digest myself. You need to do the work to see the results. So stop doing the actions that you don't want the result of. If you don't want to keep being in this relationship, why do you keep being in this relationship? If you don't want to be in this friend group, why do you keep being in this friend group? Like, it's just the actions you take. What is the result that you want? Why are you taking those actions if you don't want to see that result? So this is so much easier said than done, of course. We all get this concept. I'm literally, like I just said, I'm preaching it to you. And it takes way more effort to stop than it does to just speak about it, right? So with my biting my cheek, I'm going to make it a literal habit to stop biting my cheek. Like I'm going to literally take the action every single day. Like every time I'm biting my cheek, I'm literally going to like deep breathe, like stop, like realizing what I'm doing. Like I'm biting my cheek, I'm like going off my set routine of not biting my cheek, and like I'm basically gonna stop myself in the process and then do something else. So I need to have something with me that I can do, either like sour candy, apparently that's really helpful to some people. I can do breath work. Like breath work, I think breath work is the most important one because it gets you right into the present moment. And then I can also do mewing, like just pressing the your tongue on the top of the roof of your mouth, and then like slightly biting down, and then just like rest it there. Because if my tongue is like gliding against my cheek, then I can like feel the patches that I want to bite, like, and it's just like a constant cycle. So I have to just stop myself from even touching my cheek with my tongue. So I have to always just like be practicing this like mewing. The main thing is we need to like stop getting in the process of it. So if utilize what I'm just saying for this example into your own life. So if you're feeling like this is a cycle for you, something that is happening in your life that's a cycle, you need to make the change before you can do that action. So if my biting my cheek, I'm literally going to stop from not even putting my tongue onto my cheek. Like, stop yourself in the process. So with this, I want to get into the topic of momentum. Use momentum in your life to skyrocket and domino effect the results that you are having in your life. Let's say you meet somebody that's offering you a job and they give you your information. They say, okay, here's my number, reach out. Okay. What is using momentum. You're already in the mood. You already got the information, the person, you had a good conversation, whatever. You're in like this good higher energy with this job. Like you're in a good mood for this job. What would be using the momentum? It definitely won't be you putting your number in your phone and forgetting all about it and doing whatever you need to do. No, using momentum would be as soon as you get that number, you walk away, have a good day, and you shoot them a text or you shoot them an email. Like you literally, in that moment, like you literally use the momentum and just keep skyrocketing it, domino affecting it. What is it called? Snowballing it. That's the word, not skyrocketing. You're just snowballing it into the next thing. So now you are emailing them now. They respond. They do the thing. They set up an interview. Why would you be thinking of the interview for next week? Think of the interview for right now, today, tomorrow, the next day. Like as quick as possible. Utilize the momentum and keep going with the momentum. We all know that motivation and discipline are different. Discipline is doing the things that you are not motivated to do. And motivation means you're just doing it because you're in the motivation. You're in the mood. Like you have the motivation to do those things. Discipline is you're going to do them regardless if you want to or not. You're going to wake up at 9 a.m. if you don't want to get up, whatever, not at 9 a.m., let's say 5 a.m. You don't want to get up at 5 a.m. Does the person that wants to get up at 5 a.m. have more discipline than the person that doesn't want to get up at 5 a.m. but still gets up at 5 a.m.? No, the person that doesn't want to get up at 5 a.m. and gets up at 5 a.m. has more discipline than the person that just does it because they want to. Okay, that's called motivation. This person has discipline. They don't want to do it, but they do it anyways. Okay, so let's say you are motivated. Use that motivation if you have to, okay, before you can get into discipline. Use the motivation that you have. If you get that motivation, like once a week, twice a week, utilize that and use it in use the momentum of that and keep getting stuff done. Do more. Even if you have to skip lunch or skip breakfast because you're using that momentum, just use it. You just use the motivation and use the momentum and keep getting things done. Get in this zone, like this flow state, and utilize it. Make yourself motivated to be disciplined. So a lot of people will do it the opposite way, and they are disciplined to be motivated. Okay? No, we want to motivate ourselves to be disciplined. What in your head, hope it's this video, and what I'm telling you, is going to force you into being disciplined? Why would you want to get up if you don't actually want to get up at 5 a.m.? Because you have discipline, because you know what the results are going to be. You know that you're going to have this work period, you're going to get stuff done, you're going to be more successful at the end of the day, and you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel better about the results you had and the day you had and the productivity you had. You're not going to have the motivation to do the tasks, but maybe you can push yourself to have the motivation to be disciplined. If that makes sense to you guys, I want you guys to utilize this tip. Motivate yourself to be disciplined. It kind of goes hand in hand with my last video where I talked about romanticizing your life to increase motivation to do healthier habits in your life. So, and I even stressed this in my last video, like this is not the end goal of health. It's just a stepping stone to getting to a healthier lifestyle. So if you can use these Pinterest boards and whatever we talked about in the last video, these like surface level health things, like making things more desirable and attractive and romanticizing your life, then you can push yourself into more motivation. And with the motivation, you can motivate yourself to be more disciplined. So this is where this concept comes in. Like I just said, nothing changes if nothing changes. How do we make things change? How do we change? We have to be a little bit motivated. We kind of have to play with our dopamine, hack our dopamine, trick our dopamine sources, okay? We have to make ourselves want to be disciplined. Not exactly, like I said, do those tasks, but make ourselves want to be disciplined, okay? Another thing with change is that we have to be in a state of difference than the one that we're in. So if we're in this routine, like I mentioned, the same people, the same room, the same environment, the same, like when I say routine, I'm saying the same day over and over again, there's not much room for like manifesting a new life or putting into the reality a new life, a new you. If you're in a different environment and you're in a different, that's when things spark the best. That's when life changes for you. And that's when things just start to go like domino effect, is when things are changing and when the routine is disrupted. So if you are traveling, that is a perfect time to manifest or to cultivate a new reality for yourself. Let's say you want to change your working habits, you want to change your workout routine, your whatever, like whatever needs to be changed. You want to change random things about it. Like you can even change the way your desk is set up. You can change where you study. Like you can study in a more disciplined environment, like maybe at a cafe or the library, or places that you just feel like, oh, I can get so much more done here. Like just an environment that breeds focus and success. Like something where you're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to get distracted. I don't want to get distracted over here. Like somewhere nice, okay? So that's just an example. That's just something that you can do, is just switching the environment where you're studying at, or where you're like researching on your laptop, whatever. Change your environment. You're sitting in the same house. You're sitting with the same people. You're hanging with the same people. You're doing the exact same thing. You're literally wearing the exact same makeup routine, the exact same hairstyle. There's no change. There's no change. There's no motivation for change. You haven't disrupted the cycle. You haven't disrupted this routine. You need to disrupt this routine for more things to be disrupted. I don't know if you guys understand this or not, but if you're in, like, say you go to a hotel or you go on vacation or you just move houses, it's so much easier for you to like start fresh. Do you know that feeling? Okay, so like this even goes for like when you start the new year. People want to change when there's another change happening. They're using this momentum. This is what I'm saying, like use a momentum and just make a change so that you're more motivated to change other things. People utilize this with like the New Year's resolutions and stuff. Because there's a new year, people are like, they're going to utilize this momentum to change other things in their lives. So this is when people start going to the gym. This is like, it doesn't make any sense logically, because you're like, you can just do that in December. You don't have to wait until January 1st to start. You can just start in December, or you can start in any time of the year. So you can do this for yourself. You can create this like change anytime for yourself. One thing I'm going to touch on like in the future as well is this like quartering your years. I know a lot of businesses do this, and they'll like make for quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, and then they'll track like their finances and whatever, like their progress, their inputs and outputs and all this kind of stuff. They're just basically their progress, right? You can emulate this concept in your life as well. You can have quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. I'm going to touch on this, like I said, in a further video, so I'll explain how to implement this in your life. But you can make like a spreadsheet and just have quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. And then you can write down all of your goals for each of those. Instead of making like a yearly thing, like a New Year's resolution for a year, you can make a year 4 years. You can look at 1 year, 2024 or 2025, or getting into 2025. You can make that 4 years. Now, if you're really raw dogging it, you can literally just use wherever you are right now, and today will be your year. If you're actually that type of person, if you're that breed, you can start today. You don't have to wait for any type of month. You don't have to wait for Monday, month 1, day 1, whatever. Like you can just start right now, because you don't need outside sources to tell you when to start. So that is basically what I'm trying to bring to you guys today, that like you can literally just make changes in your life to make more changes in your life. Use this momentum. Literally make a change. You can literally get a haircut. You can get your nails done. You can throw out a piece of furniture and get a new piece of furniture. Like just use a random change in your life and bounce off that momentum and snowball effect into other changes. Just like we do in whatever it's called, New Year's. Change the people you're around. Maybe that means the friend group you have, like you don't have to hang out with them every week. You don't have to hang out with them like that often. Like this is literally your life, and you're going to let your friends hold you back. I'm seeing this with people in my life. Like I'm seeing some people and their friends are literally holding them back, and I'm like, what are you doing? And like people don't want to even see what they're doing. They don't want to see that their friends are holding them back. They don't want to know this. They don't want to know this information. They don't want to be confronted with this information. So you can't even tell these types of people. But I want to tell you guys, because you guys clicked on this video. You guys want to change. You wouldn't be clicking this video. You wouldn't have been suggested this video if you didn't want to change, if you didn't want better for yourself. Why do you want better for yourself? Why? Is it because you realize you deserve better? Is it because you realize what you're doing in life right now is not bringing you the results that you need or want? Is it because you know you can do better? You know you have more in you. You know that you have potential. You know that you're not using your potential. You know that you're living a wasted life. You were given this life, And you were given the person that you are, the soul that you are, the body that you were given these opportunities. Why not try? Why not just try? I want you guys to just implement this concept of just why not? Like, why not try for the plot? Whatever you want to put it as. Sometimes you really need to just sit there and be dumb and just say, like, it's for the plot. It's for the plot. Like, just try. Just literally try. When you go to a new environment, don't be shy. Like, get out there, talk to people. Like, just try. Like, do things. Make changes in your life. Like, genuinely, nothing's going to change if you don't change. No one's going to start looking at you different if you don't change. If you don't start dressing different, acting different, talking different. No one is going to look at you any different. There's going to be an awkward phase where, like, you do this change and, like, people are going to be like, oh, what is that change? And then they're going to get on the bandwagon and it's going to be normal. There's that awkward bump, but you're going to get over it. Like, you've gotten this far. You're going to get over that, right? It's just a simple little bump in the road. Say you want to start a YouTube channel. That's just like a random thing. But, like, and you're like, oh, what's everyone gonna think? Like, when I made a YouTube channel, like, people, the conversations I have with people, like, it's awkward, but it's like, why does that matter? It's awkward, but, like, I don't care. Like, it's a lump, and you just get over it, and people get over it, and people move forward. It doesn't matter. You just keep going. So that's it for the video, guys. Okay, so I do personal coaching. You guys can coach with me. If you feel like you need more in-depth, like, watching and surveillance and, like, accountability coaching, you can reach out. There's my links in the description. I offer 12 sessions or 6 sessions or 1 session. So if you feel like you just want 1 session and you're just kind of curious, you don't want to commit to the 6 sessions and you don't want to commit to the 12 sessions, there's the 1 session. Okay, you can do that. But if you're really serious and if you really want to change and you really want to see results and you really want accountability and you really want, because who's going to do the work if no one's accountable? Like, when you had to read a book in high school because your teacher said you had to be on chapter 6 by tomorrow, you're reading to chapter 6. But if you tell yourself, okay, well, I wanted to get to chapter 6 tomorrow, you're not going to get to chapter 6. You're a lot more likely to reach chapter 6 because your teacher said you had to be at chapter 6 by tomorrow. It's a lot more probable that you're going to be on task and doing the things that you need to be doing because someone's holding you accountable. So that is what accountability coaching and transformational health coaching does for you. We're helping transform your life and transforming your habits by transforming small things and me holding you accountable. So if you're dedicated and you want to do 12 sessions, 6 sessions, that's amazing. You showed that you're going to show up each week. And some people need more. They'll do double the sessions, whatever you guys want. I also customize the sessions as well. Like, if you guys want to message me, I do have, like, standard package deals, but whatever, you guys can see on my link. If you guys don't want to commit, you can just do the 1 session. It's not going to help you as much as more sessions, but it could help. So I do offer that as well, which I was hesitant to offer at first, and I might change it in the future. But for now, I am offering the 1 session just for people that are kind of worried and afraid to commit. Even though my target audience is more targeted towards people that are actually really committed and they want to see changes and they want to change and they're sick of what's going on and they're really tired of this cycle that they're in. That's more of my target audience. But like I said, I'm willing to do this 1 session for you guys, and I opened it up, but I might close it down in the future. But yeah, hey, I will see you guys in my next video. Have a beautiful day, guys.